Hi everyone, Josh again. To start off with, I want to apologise for the last couple of videos. There was a lot of swearing in there, and I do apologise, and I'll try my hardest not to do that in this one again. A lot of people were upset with that, so I am sorry to every single one of you about that, and I will try my hardest again not to do that again today. Yeah. So anyway, to start off, let's go. Right, mental health. Mental well-being, it's a real taboo subject. You know what, people find it hard to talk about, I think, because it's not really, you say to somebody, oh, do you know what, I feel really depressed today, I think my depression's really getting on top of me, and they'll throw pills at you. Yes, okay, so sometimes that works for people, and I'm not in any way, shape or form saying that doesn't, because some people it does. That's great, and it's fantastic. You do what you need to do to survive, as it were. But sometimes there's a deeper meaning to it all. Yes, we can be sad. Yes, we can be angry. Yes, we can get frustrated. Yes, we can be happy. Yes, we can do all these emotions because we're human. But actually having depression is really hard work. I mean, I suffer with depression, and I have done for the majority of my life, if I'm honest with you. But it's not spoken about enough, and it should be. Because if it was spoken about more, then there would be more people to support you in your journey in getting well, as it were. And it's just it's not spoken about enough. And this is why I'm here. This is what we're doing, because I'm putting myself out there as myself, as somebody who suffers from depression, who and I am on the mend. I am on the mend, and that's a great feeling. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It really is. But sometimes, I mean, I've had times where it's been really dark, and yeah, I'm going to say it. Hell, I've tried committing suicide on more than one occasion, because it does get that dark and it does get that deep, and it is really hard to see straight or think straight when you're in that depth of chaos in your own head. And I will call it chaos because it is chaos, because there is no straight line, there is no look at the light sort of scenario, look at the silver lining and all that you can't see that when you're in the depths of depression. It gets to a point where it becomes too much. And yeah, okay, I've had scenarios where, I've not even thought about what if somebody finds me dead? Who will find me dead? All I can think about is I'm not worthy and I shouldn't be here. And I don't want to be here. Yeah, it's really heavy. But I'm not the only one out there that feels like that. And I haven't been the only one out there that feels like that, because there has been people who have passed on. I do find it hard some days. Some days all I want to do is curl in a ball and cry and just stay in bed all day. I won't eat, I won't drink, I won't move. I'll just sit there and lay in bed and just watch the day disappear. But for some people, isolating themselves is actually helpful if you have depression. Sometimes it is. Some people find that really, really healing for themselves. Myself, if I disappear and I go MIA and I'm just gone, that's the time when people who love me and who understand my my problems will suddenly think, gosh, where is Josh? What's happened? What's gone on? something's not right. It's not been like that for a long time, I'll admit. I do have moments where I decide to just completely come off of social media because I just can't be dealing with it. I can't deal with it because it gets really, really tough, because I'll end up typing stuff on there that the people don't want to see, or people find will trigger them, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to trigger other people in their journey to getting well. But actually, I haven't done it for a long time, but I do sort of isolate and disappear, and that sometimes is the first sign for when something's going really, really wrong. But yeah, I mean, I've had moments like that. So if you're watching this and you have had moments like that, you're not alone. There is me, and there is so many other people out there who suffer with this awful, awful problem. It's not a problem, it's a disease. It takes hold of you. It really does. And it is hard to get through. But just know that there are other people out there who will understand, and who do understand, and who will support you in getting well. It takes it took me a long time to find people who support me in every manner of the way. Sometimes it's not the people closest to you, though. Be aware. Look closely to who is around you, because sometimes the people who are closest to you can be the trigger. Trust me on that one. I know that. But yeah, you're not alone. You'll never be alone, because there are so many other people out there. And this is the problem, though. We all hide. It's just the whole scenario. Oh, how are you today? I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm doing okay. No, you're not. You're really not. No, not at all. And as I said in the last video, there's what's that mask you put on? The infamous mask that we all wear. Yeah. But we can get through it together. If we can just come together as a community, just by talking and getting the word out there, then you will find other people who know the same similar situation you've been in, people who understand the condition that you suffer with. Yeah, okay, so I have depression, I know that, and I've suffered with it, like I said, the majority of my life. But there is other things out there like bipolar, EUPD, BPD, all that sort of stuff. And it is hard. It's really hard. I mean, I've met so many people in my lifetime who, honestly, let's base it down to a week. Within a week, I could meet up to 5 or 6 other people who have depression or EUPD or BPD and bipolar and all that. There is so many people out there. The idea is we connect with each other to help support each other through that. I mean, like I said, I've got depression, but that doesn't mean I can't help someone who's got BPD or EUPD or bipolar or schizophrenia or anything. It doesn't mean I can't help support that person. Sometimes just by talking to that person, they can support them. Just by having a chat, giggling, putting a smile on someone's face helps their day. Sometimes even just sat there with them whilst they cry. Or just sitting with someone. It can help a lot. And it doesn't take too much to do either. I think sometimes if we can work together and help support each other, then we're on a win. And it does annoy me because, like I said, it is such a taboo subject. Because let's be honest, okay, so if you had, let's talk about diabetes, okay? So people with diabetes, that's not a taboo subject. People with, I don't know, so many different conditions out there. People with there's diabetes. There's, things like, I can't even think of any right now. How ridiculous is that? Yeah, I didn't plan this video, clearly. Mental health shouldn't be a taboo subject. It shouldn't be, because the majority of the population have it in one form or another. And it's trauma a lot of the time that can cause that. If you have a trauma in your life, that can cause it. Sometimes nothing. Sometimes you just kind of have it, I guess. I don't know the science behind it, if I'm honest with you. I probably should do some more reading up on that. Being sad is an emotion. Being happy is an emotion. We are human. But doesn't it annoy you when you talk to someone and they say, and you obviously have things like depression and things like that, but isn't it annoying when you talk to someone and you're not yourself and your depression has sort of kicked in a bit, I mean, you're trying your hardest to act normal, and they turn around and say, why are you so sad? You say, I'm just not feeling it today, I'm not doing too great today. That's okay. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, carry on. Well, if it was that bloody easy, I would have done it a long time ago, right? Yeah. So it's not that easy, though. It's chaos in your head when you're in that state. It's just absolutely... If you can imagine a circle. Imagine... Do me a favour. Get a pen and paper. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Get yourself a pen and paper. Get in front of this screen and do this for me in just a second. I will give you a couple of minutes to do that because I know not everybody has it to hand. But once you've done that, do me a favour and draw a circle on that page. So once you've done that circle, next to it, do some scribbles. Just like pen all over, just scribble. Right, so the circle is a brain that can work okay and work fairly normally, and is a fairly, I say keep it normal. Right, the circle is an average person who hasn't got depression, who hasn't got bipolar, who hasn't got EUPD, BPD, hasn't got all those problems, who hasn't got a mental illness. Okay? That's how they're thinking. Pretty straightforward. They can do certain things like have a shower, get something to eat, go to work, get on with it, and get on and do that sort of stuff. Now, the scribble bit is how your brain is when you're in the midst of that problem. When you are at the deepest, darkest point of your life, where you are about to commit suicide. That is how the brain is. There is no light. It is very dark and it's very chaotic. And that is exactly how, this is how I put it, that's exactly how my brain is when I'm in that point in my life. Now, I'm lucky enough that I've had and got the support that I've got to help untangle that. Not everybody has. No, not everybody has. And that chaotic mess is what a lot of people with mental illness have to deal with. Now, it's up to us as individuals to help that one person, or as many as you can, to help untangle that mess. And the way we can do that is by talking about it, being there for them, being that ear, being that shoulder to cry on, being that someone to help them through it. Because that's what we need. That's what this world needs. We need people like that to help that other person. needs to be spoken about more. Really, really does. And I think we can do that as society. We can do that. And there's a lot of people like, oh, well, I don't do counselling, I don't do groups. Well, then you're not ready to get that help. You have to be ready to get that help. Now, please don't think I'm trying to offend anybody, because I'm really, really not. Because there are some people who have really, really bad anxiety and can't deal with stuff like that. But take it one step at a time. Find somebody who you know will be there to hold your hand to go to a group, to hold your hand to go to counselling, to talk about it, or hell, even talk to that person who is supporting you to help. It needs to be spoken about so much more. And people don't do that. They really do need to. And I applaud those people who do support each other, because it's not an easy job. It can't be an easy job. To hear the things that people like myself say, how they do downgrade themselves, how they demoralise themselves. I was terrible for it. I mean, I'm not, stuck up, and I'm not, I'm not the type of person. I'm not a vain person. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm wicked, I'm amazing. No, I'm not that type of person. But there is a very fine line between being confident about yourself and your abilities, to then just showing off. But I applaud those people who do help and support, because like I said, it is hard to hear things like that. It is hard to talk to someone and say, look, yeah, I tried killing myself. And for that person to hear that, it's hard. It's a very difficult thing to hear, especially if they care about you. If it's a loved one, and you say to them, I tried killing myself. Wow. It's a scary moment. That's a really hard thing to hear. But do you know what? If those people that I'm applauding who can do that and listen to that, I think they're the special ones. They're the ones that can take that time to hear why you want to do. Or even if you don't know that you wanted to, that you don't even know why you wanted to kill yourself. That's hard. But don't downgrade yourself. Because believe it or not, you are a powerful, strong individual. Really are. The reason I say that is because you're dealing with it now, and you haven't crossed that line and finished the job off. You're dealing with it now, and that takes an immensely strong individual to do that. It takes really an awful lot not to do it if you're in that state of mind. And I applaud you. I'm so proud of you if you've done that, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like. It is tough. But you're here. And you're doing it. You're living life. As hard as it may seem right now, you're living life, and you're doing the best you can. And well done. Without being patronising, but well done. Because it is hard. Take that step. Find someone to support you, and find the right person to support you. Like I said, don't always assume it's the person closest to you. Okay? Well done. I'll speak to you soon.